Hello, and welcome to Improvisations on Growth with Madhu Siedler. My name is Adina Arhiri, Madhu's discussion companion, and I invite you to join us on a new episode following the global crisis prompted by COVID-19. Are we truly aware of how our lives have changed and of what is happening? Or do we simply want to believe that we are still in control? Do you feel like the advice and tips that circulate online and on all media is really helping you? Or maybe something rather important is still missing? Listen to Madhu's COVID-19 crisis log and explore with us. Hi, Madhu. For me, it's week 3 of self-isolation. I'm in Florida and they haven't mandated yet a stay at home statewide, but I decided to be good and isolate myself. And I gotta tell you, it's been like a couple of weeks of semi-isolation and then the last days, and I'm starting to feel a little anxious. I'm not sure how to cope. And the funny thing is that the anxiety comes more from thinking ahead than from looking back. I'm thinking ahead of more isolation and uncertainty, and that's what really gets me, not necessarily what has happened so far. So, do you have any advice? Are there any tips on how to manage this feeling?
Hi, Adina. Yeah, we are in week 3 also. And before I answer your question, I'd like to share with you how things are over here. I mean, yes, I'm a business and life coach, and yes, I also feel anxious and fearful, and the isolation gets to me. Like, I wake up in the morning, and the first moment is like, oh, everything is normal, and then the next moment is, oh my God, no, it's not. There's like this COVID-19 crisis, and I've been starting to feel claustrophobic in the sense of that. I mean, I have a spacious apartment, and my coaching practice is nearby, and we have a backyard, and so I can move around. So it's not a real feeling, but it's like this inner feeling of claustrophobia of I cannot go anywhere, I cannot see people, and I cannot. My mom, she has her 85th birthday on Saturday, and I will not be able to celebrate with her.
Happy
It's just,
birthday!
yeah, thanks. This just breaks my heart. And like in the first 2 weeks, we were really, really busy meeting with a lot of friends online. We sort of have stopped it, and it's weird. So I think I'm telling you all this to say, okay, although I do have the tools and I know the theory and I know what we should be doing, I still feel the same feelings. And this is one thing that also really gets to me. Like when I'm online, I do see so many people telling other people what they should be doing. Like I think it was yesterday, there was on BBC again a video from a submarine captain, and he shared his tips and tricks on how to live in isolation and how to keep your sanity. And I think a couple of days before, there was a video from an astronaut. He shared his tips on how you can isolate, and they're like in every country, as far as I know, at least in Austria here, in England and in Germany, and I'm sure in the States as well, there are a lot of really helpful hotlines out there that you can call with no charge when you experience anxiety, and especially for people who already have health problems. This is just a really, really stressful situation. And what I realize is reading all those tips and tricks and reading or hearing all the people who tell me what I should be doing. So I should structure my day, and I should keep a daily routine, and I should treat myself as if I would go to work. So get in a habit of my normal routine, and I should work out, and I should do sports, and I should eat healthy, and I should connect with people that are caring and that I love. So there are so many shoulds, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. I read this and I hear this, and I'm like, okay, I'm already stressed. Don't tell me another thing that I should be doing. It is already difficult to deal with the situation. And wherever I turn, people tell me what I should do and what I should do differently than I do now. Because if I do the right thing, then I feel better.
What is the
No,
right thing?
exactly. Exactly. It's like this list of things that I should be doing. Structure my day, eat healthy, make sports, da 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 da, do meditation, do yoga, go to an online museum, watch a documentary, call people, talk with people that you love. I don't feel that the list of all the things that I should be doing does not help me. It rather adds to my stress and to my anxiety. At the bottom of this is just a sense of insecurity, helplessness, powerlessness. We cannot run away from this virus, and we cannot fight it because you cannot punch the virus in the face, and you cannot shoot it, and there is no injection, there's no medicine for it. There is like a existential powerlessness that we all are feeling. And what I'm seeing out there and in social media, everybody is kind of going in overdrive in the sense of, okay, if I only give another 10 tricks and another 10 tips and another how I should do this and should do that, then I will feel good again. My fear will go away, my anxiousness will go away. But I think the thing that we probably need to face is that's how we feel. I can structure my day as I will, and still beneath it there will be anxiousness and the feeling of utter powerlessness.
I think it's enough that we have to follow rules and listen to authorities. For me, I immediately associated with that. It's like, okay, I have enough watching the news and acting with care all the time, which technically means rules. Even the fact that you need to wash your hands every time, it's still something that you weren't thinking of before. So it's enough that we need to do that constantly. I can totally understand why this is becoming overwhelming on so many levels, and the underlying issue is there. It's just how it is. It sounds to me like there's no way out. We just need to accept our helplessness instead of sugarcoating it with all kinds of activities and tips, and which are welcome, but maybe it's a question about moderation and balance. Maybe we've just witnessed people being bombarded by ways of doing things, new changes, lives shifting, and the reality is that maybe in our own selves, life hasn't shifted. Do you think that's the problem? Because the existential thing is still in us, so that really hasn't changed.
This is a good point that you're making here. Yesterday, I was talking with a colleague of mine. We are four consultants and coaches, and we get together at least once a week, and we share how we are doing, and we're also learning. The question is how do I conduct the 3 days workshop online? How can I do my job now virtually? Which is quite a challenge, to be honest. So coaching, obviously, one-on-one goes well, but if I have 15 people and it's really an intense development program, how do I put this online? So through our profession, these are the questions that we're facing. Routinely, we're also sharing how we are doing. And I just shared what I shared with you. And a colleague of mine, she was like, yeah, I do get what you're saying, but being that active helps me to at least create a feeling of effectiveness. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's exactly what it is. We are increasing our activity level. And I see this around me everywhere almost, and definitely on social media. We are increasing our activity level because we want to feel effective. But the underlying point is we are not effective right now. There's nothing that we can do to make this thing go away. And as you mentioned so rightly, our lives, they still feel sort of the same. I mean, a lot of people lost their jobs, so I'm sure they don't feel the same anymore. But for those where the change was not so big, when I look around, there's, well, I'm still in my apartment. I still have a few clients that I work with. We are online, so it feels sort of normal, but it's not. And so the inner state is still in, I don't believe this. I cannot accept this. So life has changed? No, it hasn't. In this change curve, we are still in sort of in denial. And we try to, as if we would try to make ourselves believe that life is still normal.
Thank you for listening to a new episode as we follow the latest developments and changes that the coronavirus crisis has brought upon us. After 3 weeks of uncertainty and isolation, you may have started to notice that technology is not enough. Or maybe circumstances are keeping you from being with a loved one, and nothing can quite fill that gap. Not Netflix movie, not Facebook, not the endless news. Stay tuned for new episodes and feel free to share your thoughts on Madhu's social media on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, or email her directly at madhu@einsiedler.at. Until next time, be well, inside and out.